It's River City Folk, a production of Studio B in Omaha, Nebraska. I'm your host, Tom May. Join me as we visit with artists from across North America and share songs and stories from a living folk tradition.
Jonah, you have nothing to lose but your heart and your blues to the girl. Jonah, you felt it from the start when she nearly tore you apart with the sunset hair and the deep sea eyes. You've got nothing to give but the promise of your heart and a sterling rose from the yard to win the girl with the sunset hair and the deep sea eyes. That smile so true, that smile so pure. Jonah, you will knock on her door like you've dreamt many times before. You hear her steps, the steps of that girl with the sunset hair and the deep sea eyes. That smile at you, that smile so true. She smiles at you.
My guest today on the program, Debby Clinkenbeard, with her song called Jonah. I'd like to say hello to all the folks who listen to the radio station each week in eastern Tennessee and western North Carolina on radio station WETS. Thanks for tuning into the program this many years. Debby, that song almost had kind of an open tuning sound to it, but you're actually playing in a regular standard tuning. What was the impetus for that kind of feel in that song?
Well, I wanted it to sound wistful. I wanted it to sound airy and open and dreamlike. And you do get that with the open tunings, but that's very impractical if you are playing in a live setting to tune for one song and then have to go back and retune to standard tuning. So, I just kind of played around with accordings and moved them around, and I got the sound that I wanted, I think. So.
It's a very evocative sound, which I know is what you were looking for on that particular song.
See the leaves from the trees falling slowly around my feet. Softly curled edges and the colors they've turned to from green. As I walk up the hill to the place where we used to meet, I smell cold in the air, so I cinch up my coat and I breathe. See the sun going down and the lights of the city below, with the red and the green on the houses in holiday show. But in this desert town I don't think there's a chance of snow. Guess it's all what you make of it and not how you think it should go. This season should be to celebrate living. It's not something you can buy, but you can give if you're willing. And I'm willing to try. Thank God I'm alive. As I sit and I think about things that have come and have gone, what really matters, what I may have never learned from. Well, I see things I never expected to come. And the lives I affected when I didn't really want to at all. This season should be to celebrate living. It's not something you can buy, but you can give if you're willing. And I'm willing to try. Thank God I'm alive to see the dawn. Land to win or lose the race I've run, because the point is that I'm able to run. Stand
stand or fall, it's something that I've done. This season should be to celebrate living. It's not something you can buy, but you can give if you're willing. And I'm willing to try. Thank God I'm alive. Thank God I'm alive.
Music that makes a difference on River City Folk. I'm your host, Tom May. A weekly broadcast of live performance musical influences. An interview this week at Medicine Whistle Studios in Portland, Oregon with Dan Rieger, behind the controls, medicinewhistle.com. We heard two pieces of music there, beginning with Lexington Jail by Tim Easton, followed by a newer song by my guest today, Debby Clinkenbeard, called This Season. Lovely tribute to just the joy of being alive.
You're not mine again, like all the ones who went before. There's no sign again, just up and walking out that front door. Wait till I'm lulled and half asleep. My heart's in the mix and it can't beat, for feeling ashamed and misunderstood. I'm not yours again, like I never meant to be. Well, I can't see again, I guess I need to go and find me. I just can't explain how I'm lost. Well, I turned around and forgot how to see I'm alive and moving on. Well, I won't cry as the soul of my love proves this love untrue. Dream away the pain today, resting eyes on horizons to come. That day is done. Well, it's not time right now to see what lies ahead. Maybe the peace is in being still for a moment instead. Let go of what's moving on. Smile to no one and face the sun. Well, I think my life has just begun. Well, I won't cry as the soul of my love proves this love untrue. Dream away the pain today, resting eyes on horizons to come. The stars still shine like they did before. They may look different now, but they're still mine. Don't cry as the soul of your love proves this love to be untrue. Dream away the pain today, resting eyes on horizons to come. That day is done.
You are listening to River City Folk, a weekly broadcast of live performance, musical influences, and interview. This week in Portland, Oregon, at Medicine Whistle Studios, Debby Clinkenbeard is my guest with a song called Again. She was preceded by Mona Lisa's and Mad Hatter's Elton John. Debby, I know things probably have changed for you quite a bit since the new CD came out and more people are hearing your music, and you have a chance to give people a very polished product of your songs so that they can enjoy and hopefully book you. So that has to have made a big difference for you.
Oh, it's made a huge difference. I think when you have a professional recording, there's less open to interpretation, and it's more palatable to many, many people. And also it makes them take you more seriously. So yeah, it's opened up so many doors for me. It's your calling card. You know, people see what you can do. They can really get the clear picture of what you're trying to convey. You have a clearer sound that they can grasp. And like I said, they take you more seriously. You're suddenly a recording artist as opposed to just a performer or someone who writes and plays music. It puts you in a different category. And it has really opened a lot of doors because of that.
Living in Barstow, you have to have some challenges in that it's not that large of a town, although it's not that far from L.A. Right. I saw that you've got a concert coming up there at the community college shortly.
Yes.
But you must have to travel quite a bit.
You know, I do, and I travel whenever I can. However, I have been very fortunate to be a resident performer at Calico Ghost Town, which is right off the 15, about, 10 minutes outside of Barstow. And it's a regional state park that is an actual ghost town turned regional state park. And we have several festivals per year, lots of live music, and I was lucky to get my foot in the door. So I do have to travel when we don't have festivals, but for the rest of the year, I'm playing on the streets of Calico with the dust and the ghosts, as it were.
And a great chance to practice your craft.
Oh, completely.
To play as much as you can, because there's no substitutes for live performance.
No.
There's not, standing up there and actually playing in front of folks.
Exactly.
You've got one more recording for us to hear today. This is by a fellow by the name of Neil Casal, and it's called Traveling After Dark. Again, I know nothing about Neil, and I imagine a lot of people that are listening do not either, so you'll have to enlighten us, Debby.
Okay. Neil is someone that I saw in 2006, I think it was. He was opening for Ryan Adams. He's been known most recently as Ryan Adams' guitarist. I was writing music and hiding it from people. I basically didn't let anyone know that I wrote music. I did not know how to approach playing solo acoustic with the style of music that I played. But when I saw him, our music was so similar. He just really solidified that for me, and I was so taken by how eloquently he performed his music and just the polish that he had. So he's been someone from a live perspective, live performance perspective, that I have really kind of just tried to study. But his songwriting is absolutely amazing.
My guest today on the program has been Debby Clinkenbeard, and Debbie's going to give us one more song to take us out in just a couple of minutes. But first of all, Debby, where can people find your new recording? What is your website that they can access some of the songs they've been hearing today?
My website is fairly simple. It's debbymusic.com. And anything you want to know about me or my music can be found there. You can find where to buy it. You can find my bio. You can find info on tours, my upcoming album, and live shows.
Debby, thanks for coming up from California.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
love the way you breathe, the way you smell in the evening and the heat. I know you're thinking of me. Well, how could you forget memories like these? Like the breath that keeps me living, they're a part of me. I think we knew it had to end. At least we tried, well, I know at least I did. At least I'm free to love again. If freedom means I'm locked away with no way in, well, I don't care if I ever see the sun again. Find me in the trees where the wind blows through, where the sun sets brighter, where I'm thinking of you. Well, find me in the middle of the Kentucky blues, where the trees stand for me when the storm blows through. Different places, different lives. I would have stayed if I could have slept at night. Well, I just wanted to go home. I just didn't want to make that trip alone. Standing at the roadside with no direction at all. Find me in the trees where the wind blows through, where the sun sets brighter, where I'm thinking of you. Well, find me in the middle of the Kentucky blues, where the trees stand for me when the storm blows through.